my dear friends. I'm myself Dr. Rajesh Guba. I'm a full-time cardiologist and I'm also the mentor for general medicine for exams like NEET PG, PGI, AIMS and as well as JIPMA. So as a part of the daily dose, let me just come up with the clinical question today and I welcome you all to my daily dose. So in the daily dose of today, the clinical question is, I have a 33-year-old woman. She has experienced episodes of fatigue, pleural effusion, pericardial effusion, and carpal tunnel syndrome, and macrocytic anemia. What is the best test that will give you the diagnosis in this patient? The options are anti-beta 2 phospholipid antibodies, anti-Smith antibodies, anti-nuclear antibodies, and assay for thyroid hormones. Right now, you take the question, fatigue is there and she is a woman, and pleural effusion, pericardial effusion is there, and as well as the carpal tunnel syndrome. So what is the thing like that you have to think in this particular patient? So along with fatigue, there is presence of serositis. Right, there is presence of serositis. What is that? Pleural effusion and as well as pericardial effusion. Now, this particular clinical scenario, right, it is very much suggestive of hypothyroidism. Right, it is very much suggestive of hypothyroidism, which is nothing but your myxedema. So you can consider that this particular patient is having myxedema heart. Right, now because of this particular myxedema, the individual can also develop the compression of the median nerve in the carpal tunnel, resulting in carpal tunnel syndrome. So carpal tunnel syndrome is one of the features seen in patients with the hypothyroidism. Now you see the options. You take anti-nuclear antibody and as well as anti-Smith. So anti-nuclear antibody and as well as the anti-Smith, where do you see that? You will see in patients with the SLE. So out of which you take anti-nuclear antibody. Anti-nuclear antibody, it is the best screening test in patients with systemic lupus erythematosus. And it is also the test with highest sensitivity in patients with the SLE. Whereas you take the specific test in SLE. The specific test in SLE is your anti-Smith and as well as anti-dsDNA. Right, anti-dsDNA, that is anti-double stranded DNA. So these are the specific tests for your SLE. Now, in patients with SLE, what is the type of anemia you will have? It is autoimmune disorder, right? And you will have the normocytic anemia in patients with SLE, right? And what is given in this particular patient? That is macrocytic anemia is given. Right, so the presence of the macrocytic anemia which is given in this particular clinical question will rule out your SLE. And where can you have this macrocytic anemia? Definitely yes, you can have this macrocytic anemia in patients with the hypothyroidism. Right, in patients with myxedema or hypothyroidism, you can have this particular macrocytic anemia. So your anti-Smith anti-nuclear antibody which is a part of your SLE is ruled out. Right, the patient is not having SLE here. Now coming to your anti-beta 2 phospholipid antibodies. Anti-beta 2 phospholipid antibodies, they are the part of your APLA syndrome, that is anti-phospholipid antibody syndrome. Now in APLA syndrome, the history should be very clear that the individual should be having recurrent abortions. Right, recurrent abortions, or at least within the history there should be some feature which is suggestive of the underlying thrombosis. Right, nothing is given in the history or nothing is given even in your investigations which is suggestive of underlying thrombosis. The only thing like what is given is 33-year-old female. Definitely yes, in 33-year-old female, if the individual develops SLE, because in middle-aged females, that is around 33 years females, the SLE is very common. And in patients with SLE, the APLA syndrome is also very common. Right? So if the individual has an underlying APLA syndrome, the history of recurrent abortions or any history which is suggestive of underlying thrombosis should have been mentioned. Right? But it is not there. So that is the reason why your anti-beta 2 phospholipid antibodies are also ruled out. So what is the option which is left out now? That is assay for thyroid hormones, right? So in this question, the answer is assay for thyroid hormones. So if you are suspecting the autoimmune disorder, you have to think of Hashimoto's. Okay, you have to think of Hashimoto's. Remember, Hashimoto's disease, that is the most common cause of hypothyroidism in India. Whereas worldwide, it is iodine deficiency which is the most common cause. Remember this very, very important point. So, and in case of your Hashimoto's, you will have what is called autoimmune antibodies, right? That is your anti-thyroglobulin antibodies, right, which will inhibit the synthesis of your thyroid hormone, resulting in hypothyroidism within the individual. And because of that particular hypothyroidism, the individual is having serositis like pleural effusion, pericardial effusion, and in hypothyroidism, because of decreased metabolic activity, they can have fatigue and they will also have macrocytic anemia, right? So this is how you should be able to diagnose this particular question, right? So I hope this question might be useful for your postgraduate entrance exams, right? And for the upcoming daily dose, please follow our channel. Thank you very much.